Hey, welcome back to the Goggle and Jack channel. This is a video response to Randy's open tag. Randy at Georgia Adventurer Outdoors. I'll link his channel in the description. And this is my EDC pens. I use a combination of pens and pencils. I use primarily a mechanical pencil for my little bullet journal here. I'm using a Traveler's Company passport size as my everyday carry notebook and using it as a bullet journal to keep it organized. I've got a lot of videos on that. You can check out the playlist in the description. So currently the pencil that I'm using right now is this Pentel P209 9mm lead, and it's got a little eraser. It's just a maybe $5-6 pencil, but it's pretty much a classic. You can pick these up everywhere. Very dependable. I like the way it feels. I like the way it writes. Before that, I was using this almost exclusively, and this is the Pentel Kerry. Also another classic. It is, I think, 5.5 millimeter lead. Has a little eraser, which has fallen out. And I like that it posts, but you can still advance the lead even though it's posted. Writes really well. It's a good looking pen, even though it's not very expensive. Another mechanical pencil that's more of just a pocket dropper is this Koh-I-noor. Kohinoor. Does not have an eraser, but it does have an onboard pencil sharpener. And this is more of just a lead holder. It's got a clutch here that you can just let gravity advance the lead. And this is a really thick 2mm lead. So it's very sturdy, but it doesn't write a very precise point, and you have to sharpen it often. Also, this end here kept coming off, so I had to put some blue Loctite on there. So now it's not coming off unless I take a pair of pliers to it. But a good backup pencil that I could just drop in my little wallet that I carry in my sling bag. As far as ink pens, I started with probably this Parker Jotter as my real pen that I actually went out and bought and carried just exclusively. Another classic. They write really well. Love this pen. A great ballpoint pen. Then I kind of switched to this Zebra 701 just for the sturdiness. Not as expensive, or Parker Jotters are not really expensive, but these are pretty cheap. And I modded this one out to hold a Fisher Space Pen refill. And to do that, you just take a straight pen, and there's a little plastic insert cone inside this tip. You just take a straight pen and push that little plastic cone out, and then the Parker insert will fit through that hole there. Pretty easy to do. I think I stretched the spring out a little bit too. But now this is a great pen. I like this just as much as I do my Parker Jotter, although the Parker Jotter is a little more classy, I guess. This is another Zebra G402, and I like this one just for the kind of squishy grip on it. But another, inexpensive but pretty solid ink pen. Another pencil pen combo that I've carried for quite a bit. Carried it so much I'm started to wear the paint off of it. This is the SKILCRAFT. I think it's the B2, B3, I'm not sure. This version has a little stylus on the end, and it's red ink, blue ink, and a mechanical pencil. Really, really handy. I like this a lot, but I don't know. I've just moved on. Nothing wrong with this. This is a great everyday carry pen, pencil combo. I have to sign a lot of documents and sometimes just a stack of documents, and I have to sit there and just write my name over and over and over again. So I just wanted to do something that would make it more interesting to do that, a little more pleasurable. So I'm going back to fountain pens, and this one, which has leaked, is my Liliput. I'm not crazy about this. This is by Kaweco, and I don't like it because it has leaked. I think I, dropped it a couple of times, and that's knocked some ink out of it. And it's just too small. So if you're going to do a lot of writing, it can get kind of a hand cramp. And the threads to post this, and you have to post it because it's just so small, are right at the edge of, and now I'm going to get ink on the end of this pen. So it's really kind of difficult to kind of line up straight and then post it. I think they could have done that better. So not a bad backup pen, but just as an everyday carry pen, not my favorite. It is neat though. I mean, it's really small. That's a really tiny pen. A standard, I think this was my first fountain pen, and this is a Lamy Safari, and I've had this forever, at least 10 years, I guess. I put a cartridge converter in it so you can just suck ink up out of a bottle. And this writes great, and they're not that expensive, and they are just a solid pen. It's got a wire pocket clip. Really good fountain pen. And I recently tried this TWSBI, and this is the TWSBI Eco, and this is a cartridge converter. Like, the body of the pen is the same as the cartridge converter in that Lamy Safari that I put in. You just twist it, and that plunger sucks the ink up. And I think it's really cool that you can kind of look at the ink. It's got kind of a fidget factor to it. So TWSBI, TWSBI, and the nib on this was really smooth. I was really impressed with the nib on this. Not overly expensive. I'm a little afraid to drop this in my pocket just because this is kind of, I mean, it's supposed to thread down there, but I've done something to get it out of adjustment and it won't. And when it's empty with ink, I'll mess around with it and get it back. But it writes really great. I've done a lot of writing with this. And currently my favorite is the Kaweco Sport. And this is a little pocket dropper. And this just lives, I have a lanyard around my neck with my ID badge on it, and this just lives clipped on that. And this is what I use most of the time for signing documents or taking notes. I think this is a fine nib. I have a all brass Sport on order, and I will do a video of that when that comes in. So hopefully next week. And you have to buy the clip separate. So the Sports, these plastic ones, cost anywhere from, I don't know, $18 up to $20 or $30, depending on the color. And then you have to buy a clip separate. So that kind of sucks. The all brass one was about $50, and then you have to buy a clip on top of that. But I am looking forward to trying that. And I'll get up a video on that just as soon as I can. Really like this. It's really short when it's posted. And then it only takes, I think, 1 and maybe a quarter turn to unpost it. So it really doesn't take a lot to post and unpost. And then, well, I mean, to uncap. And then to post it, you just stick it on there. And on the plastic, it's kind of scratching up the body, these threads here. Not sure how that's going to work on the brass one. I'm looking forward to finding out, though. The Kawecos use these international short cartridges, and they also have a little cartridge converter that you can stick in here too. And I've already got ink on my hands. The Liliput came in a really nice box. The Sport came in just a cardboard box. But I'm really impressed with Kawecos. One more, wait. So there's one ink pen that I carry every day and I never use, and I never really remember that I have it. And it is the ink pen that is on my Swisschamp. I've tried it and it works, but I don't use it. I also have one on my compact. There's a little ink pen here. They work, but of course you would use the ink up pretty quickly. So it's kind of an emergency last ditch pen. So there you go. Thanks, Randy, for this open tag, and I will link Randy's channel, Georgia Adventures Outdoors, in the title. Go check him out. Thanks. Bye.